Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name's Uncle Reddit, and this is r/Tales from Tech Support. Would have started this a little sooner, except we had some slower redneck out here with a leaf blower for about the last hour and a half. Not sure how big the tank is on that thing, but I didn't know they could run that long on one tank of gas. But anyway, they seem to be done, so let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, and if you couldn't tell, we're still camping. I was blamed for a heart attack. So I'll write a short version because I don't want nightmares from trying to remember the details. User calls. Internet's not working at home. COVID. Do all the troubleshooting. Timer hits the may as well rebuild it mark. Tell her to send it in. They live out in the country. She sends her husband to drop it into our office in the morning to be rebuilt. Then the husband will pop back in at lunch and take it home. Except he almost doesn't make it home because he had a heart attack. Because I didn't fix the computer, so I made him take the laptop into the city. The kicker is, the issue was the Wi-Fi card and the laptop had no Ethernet port. But Officeworks was nearby and they could have just got a USB-A to RJ45 and that would have been it. But this is a client that would buy laptops with 1-year basic warranty instead of going through us and getting a 3-year NBD on-site repair. Just wanted to get that off my chest. I felt pretty crap, and I know she wasn't blaming me, but makes you think about all the stuff you should have done instead of what you did. You were in no way to blame for that one, OP. That guy was going to have a heart attack, whether he was taking a laptop somewhere, taking a dump, whatever. He was going to have that heart attack was coming. What, are you going to go to everybody's house so they don't have to strain themselves to bring a laptop to be repaired? I mean, come on. You'll be alright. They'll be alright. Well, except the guy with the laptop. He might be on borrowed time. But it has to go live now. Back around 2005 or so, an account exec at the PR firm I worked for bought a domain name for a client website and put it on her own credit card. Then she ignored the 90, 60, 30-day renewal reminders. We weren't working on the project. She contracted it out versus go with in-house web development team. And when the URL and domain went dark and wouldn't work, she flipped. I got a livid phone call from her telling me I needed to get the site back up and online quick because they were going live on national TV to advertise it. Good Morning America, if I remember correctly. I calmly explained that there is nothing I can do since she bought the domain using her personal card, not our corporate account. And even if she renewed the domain, I'm not in control of the global DNS servers and can't guarantee how fast things will work again. She wasn't happy with that, so after I hung up with her, I immediately heard my manager's phone ring. I walked over and told him what was going on while he had her on mute just ranting away. When he told her the same things I had, she didn't like it. Next thing we know, our senior manager gets a call and now there's 3 people who told her we can't fix it. The site is up and available by the IP address, but the DNS and domain issue is her problem, not ours. We hang up on that call, and within 10 minutes, my senior manager gets a call from our CIO asking what's going on. He got a call from her and told her the same thing the 3 of us had already tried to explain. He hung up, got all of us on a conference call, and explained in excruciating detail why this problem was hers and why we can't fix it right away. The CIO explained why there's an in-house web development team, why we have a corporate account with VeriSign, and why we need to be kept in the loop for these launches and campaigns. We didn't not want to help, but when you get a phone call at 8 a.m. and the site is supposed to be up and live for Good Morning America at 9 a.m., then there's not much we can do at that point, after she's called everyone and we explained things to her that she didn't want to believe. She also had a long history of not wanting to follow the processes. We did help her get the domain name renewed, but by the time that happened, we'd spent enough time on the phone that 9 a.m. came and went. This was also a PR firm which, from my experience, is full of entitled prima donnas. We never heard from her again, and I resigned from that position shortly thereafter. I'm going to do it all my way, then screw it up, and then you need to fix it. She sounds like a genius. Sir, I really am not able to assist you with sales. Back in the days of 56Ks, I was a lowly Tier 1 support for a third-party call center for Dell computers. We did some basic stuff like walking users through setup, ISP configs, and why won't my computer boot ups. Anything more complex went to Tiers 2 and 3. Metrics were absolutely tight, average call time 5 minutes or so. Oh! Wow. The 20-something-year-old grunting getting out of her chair. Also, this is 20 years ago, so tone of conversation is accurate, but dialogue, meh. Anyway, user calls in and I get the bing in the headset. Me, thank you for calling Dell Tech Support. May I get your asset number? User, what's an asset number? Me, it's a unique identifier similar to a serial number. It should be on a label on the bottom of your laptop or on the back of your tower computer. Do you have a laptop or a tower? User, I don't have a computer. Me, sir, I'm confused. Why are you calling tech support? User, oh, I want to buy a computer. Me, I'm sorry, sir, I can transfer you to sales. User, no, I want to talk to you about it. Me, sir, I really am not able to assist you with sales. Let me User, no, I don't want to transfer, I want to talk to you. Me, oh my lord, why? Sir, I'm not trained to assist you with that. Let me... User, again, I don't want to be transferred, I want to talk to you, I said. Me, sir, I really don't know how I... User, just tell me what's your best model computer. Me, crap, the mods are going to listen to this call and I'm going to get crap for this. Damn. Careful how you answer. Sir, we have several models that should meet your needs. Let me... User, just tell me which is the best one. Me, watching my call handle time turn to crap. Sir, I'm really not trained in the nuances of the different models. Let me... User, pleadingly, please just tell me what kind of computer you have at home. Me, as I watch the second hand on my clock moving ever so close to the 3 p.m. Sir, I don't have a Dell computer at home. I built mine from scratch. User, well, which one would you buy if you were going to buy one? Now keep in mind, Dell had about 6 different models they were currently selling at the time, between desktops and laptops. Me, well, thoughtfully rubbing my chin, if I were going to have to buy one, I guess I'd have to say the Latitude X laptop. Somebody needs to break this guy's trigger finger. Seriously. User, and why that model? Me, because I never get any support calls for it. May I transfer you to sales? User, please. Drop that call into the hour-long sales queue, logged out, and get the F out of Dodge. It's scotch o'clock. Bye-bye. So I can understand where the caller was coming from. You know, a sales guy is going to tell you whatever he wants to tell you to make the sale. He's going to feel you out and see if you know anything technical or not, and he's just going to say whatever it takes to get the sale and close it. You being a tech, he's trying to get the straight-up, honest answer, which is the best of their lineup. And I know that's not your job, but I get it. It was the cached credentials. The title gives a solution away, but how I got there was a whole issue. The client had a prompt when they signed in this morning. Their password had expired, and to update it, it turned out to have caused her issues. Opening Explorer took 5 to 10 minutes. Yes, not just an exaggeration, including to a folder on the C drive. Outlook was lagging about the same. Network drives wouldn't open at all. The VPN was working correctly. Restart didn't help. Helpdesk couldn't figure it out. No surprise there. So sent me to investigate further. Was able to log into the computer remotely. Checked that there wasn't an update running in the background. Did a disk cleanup. Cleared about 10 gigabytes, but no change. Cleared out the old user profiles. Again, no change. I might as well go sit downtown New York in Manhattan at rush hour and try to record on the curbside. Alright, let's start this paragraph over. Then it hit me. After about 45 minutes fighting with it, credentials! I opened the credentials manager and deleted all the cached Windows ones, and as soon as I cleared the last one, the system was nice and snappy fast. Moral of this story, trust your gut, and caches, including those of passwords, are often the cause of the issue. I knew regular caches were, but I didn't even think about credentials. Now I gotta do some digging. Thanks, OP. Bringing the heat. So a tale from my sister who worked for a well-known club in Germany. A club you need to get certain things certified by in order to legally operate and install them. So she worked at a facility that would test emergency smoke removal equipment. If you ever drove down a long tunnel and there's a turbine-looking things on the ceiling, those are there to pump out smoke in case of fire so people can breathe long enough to escape. 2 notable incidents I remember from her stories. 1, if you produce such equipment, you don't need to stress test every single unit. But if you put out a new unit, its capabilities will be rated, specs documented, and you make them like that. That's the spec. One company had recently introduced the XYZ Mark II, which according to them was just a new design for the Mark I version. No need to test that. Engineers looked at the datasheets and asked a professional version on, "Are you effing kidding us? Mark II isn't much bigger, but half a ton heavier. No way there's the same stuff on the inside. To the best of my knowledge, Mark II did get its own certification. The other one was receiving a unit for testing, putting it on top of the giant oven they used for the stress tests, and the equipment is saying failure. They checked their test rig as the test hadn't even begun yet, but everything seemed fine on that end. Turns out some genius at the manufacturer had used wire with insulation rated for, well, not being in a room on fire, so the entirety of the insulation had melted off before the oven even reached the temperatures this equipment needs to start operating at. Her and her colleagues only book hotel rooms, first floor or lower. So how do you manufacture something that's supposed to withstand tremendous amounts of heat, like inside of an oven, and all the insulation burns off the wires? That's a pretty bad design flaw to get to this stage, especially when you've been building other units before this one. I don't know. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed these stories, and if you did, would you do me a favor? Would you consider giving this video a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell icon so you don't miss the fat guy swatting off flies and people with leaf blowers telling you stories. See ya.